As tensions continue to rise across the Western Pacific, China has once again sent a powerful signal by moving its newest and most advanced aircraft carrier through one of the most sensitive waterways in the world. On Wednesday, the Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy's latest aircraft carrier, the Fujian, officially designated CV-18, transited the Taiwan Strait, marking only the second time this massive warship has passed through the narrow body of water separating mainland China from Taiwan. According to Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense, the movement of the Fujian was closely monitored by Taiwanese forces, with responses carried out in accordance with established military procedures. While such transits are not unprecedented, the timing and context of this passage have drawn particular attention, as Chinese military activity around Taiwan has intensified noticeably in recent weeks. The Taiwan Strait is not just a geographical feature, it is a strategic fault line. Any major naval movement through this corridor is viewed as a deliberate act of signaling. The presence of China's newest aircraft carrier in these waters is widely interpreted as part of Beijing's broader effort to demonstrate power, assert control, and apply sustained pressure on Taiwan, while also sending a message to regional and extra-regional actors. The Fujian represents a major leap forward in China's aircraft carrier program. It is China's third aircraft carrier overall, but significantly, it is the first to be entirely designed and constructed domestically from the keel up. Unlike China's earlier carriers, Liaoning and Shandong, which were based on Soviet-era designs and rely on ski jump ramps for aircraft launches, Fujian introduces a more advanced catapult-assisted takeoff system. This system allows aircraft to be launched with far greater efficiency and flexibility. By rapidly accelerating fixed-wing aircraft over a short distance, the catapult system enables the carrier to operate heavier aircraft, carry larger fuel and weapons loads, and sustain higher sortie rates. In practical military terms, this means longer reach, greater endurance, and more sustained combat operations at sea. Analysts believe this configuration could eventually allow China to deploy advanced airborne early warning aircraft, electronic warfare platforms, and heavier strike aircraft from Fujian, significantly enhancing the PLN's carrier-based combat capabilities. While the carrier is still undergoing testing and operational refinement, its design alone places it closer in concept to U.S. Navy supercarriers than any previous Chinese platform. Taiwanese defense officials and regional analysts see the deployment of a third carrier as a clear and visible indicator of China's accelerating military buildup. The appearance of Fujian in the Taiwan Strait is not viewed in isolation, but as part of a broader campaign aimed at shaping perceptions, deterring outside intervention, and reinforcing China's claims and influence across the Western Pacific, East China Sea, and the South China Sea. The carrier transit did not occur alone. It coincided with a sharp spike in Chinese air and naval activity around Taiwan. According to Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense, by 6 a.m. local time on Thursday, Taiwanese forces had detected 40 sorties of Chinese military aircraft and 8 People's Liberation Army Navy vessels operating in the vicinity of the island. Of these aircraft sorties, 26 crossed the median line of the Taiwan Strait and entered Taiwan's air defense identification zones across multiple sectors, including the north, center, southwest, and east. The median line, while not formally recognized by Beijing, has for decades served as a tacit buffer intended to reduce the risk of miscalculation or accidental escalation between the two sides. In a public statement posted on social media, Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense confirmed that it had monitored the situation closely and responded appropriately. Taiwan routinely releases such information as part of its transparency efforts, aiming to keep both its population and the international community informed about military developments near its territory. From Beijing's perspective, these actions are consistent with its long-standing position on Taiwan. The Chinese government continues to assert that Taiwan is part of its territory under One China principle, maintaining that there is only one China with its capital in Beijing. Under this framework, China views military activity around Taiwan as internal affairs rather than external provocation. Taiwan, officially known as the Republic of China, rejects this claim. It operates as a self-governing democracy with its own military, political institutions, and economy. Taiwanese leaders insist that the island's future should be determined by its people, not imposed from outside. Chinese state media have portrayed the Fujian as a symbol of national strength, technological progress, and the modernization of China's armed forces. Domestically, the carrier is presented as evidence that China is closing the gap with established naval powers and securing its maritime interests. However, in Taiwan and across the region, the deployment of such a platform so close to the island is viewed less as routine training and more as strategic signaling. For regional observers, the Fujian's transit underscores a shifting balance of power at sea. Aircraft carriers are not just weapons platforms, they are tools of influence. Their movement communicates intent, capability, and political will without a single shot being fired. As cross-strait relations remain tense and military activity continues to increase, each carrier transit, aircraft sortie, and naval deployment adds another layer of complexity to an already fragile situation. The passage of China's newest carrier through the Taiwan Strait is a reminder that the strategic competition in the Indo-Pacific is entering a more advanced and potentially more volatile phase. For Mighty Military, this is not just a story about one ship or one transit. It is about how rapidly evolving military technology, shifting power dynamics, and unresolved political disputes are reshaping the security environment of an entire region. And as history has shown, what happens in narrow straits and contested waters can have consequences far beyond their shores. Stay with Mighty Military for in-depth analysis, clear context, and unbiased coverage of the world's most critical military developments.